Hello folks, fans, and freaks. Welcome to our second video and Halifax edition of the Jerk Off Hour. I'm your host, Dr. J.Cole. Let's waste some fucking time, sons. This show is brought to you by wickedbad.net, home of the illest and the DFL 613. Don't forget to pick up your motherfucking membership cards by clicking on the store link at the top of my page, or transport over to listen.to/thejerkoffhour for the short link. wickedbad.net, click on Into It, click on Internet Radio. We're going to have this all figured out when we get the new Wicked Bad site rolling. We're going to have like our own like radio thing going on for the Jerk Off Hour. So it'll be like wickedbad.jerkoffhour kind of thing, like Sweet. Extensions on it. And yeah, where are those fucking cards? Shit, okay. I have a whole box of these cards, and I will give out another 25 free membership cards to the DFL, which is Dogfuckers Local. This is how you can waste all the fucking time in the world, man. So, like, if you're fucking spinning away at fucking making some tunes at home and making beats and shit, and you're fucking, I don't know, roommates? You got roommates? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Your mates are like, John, you didn't do your fucking laundry, and that shit's piling out in the hallway. And you're just like, whew, you pull that shit out, and blam! I keep my shit in my wallet right here. The first page open in the wallet. Woo! Check that out. That is, yeah. I'll get you yours, man. They're in the box just down underneath the, well, if you want to grab that box under the table, see that little white business card box? Grab that. And that's the one, yeah. There you go. That is for you, son.
Fantastic.
Just got to sign your name to make it active.
Does it?
And that's it.
Does it qualify? Like, when I fuck around, I'm always like, I'm doing something though. Like, I'm like making music. Like, I'm not just fucking like.
Yeah, you're not
watching TV to like. Does that count?
It does, man. It counts for whatever the fuck you want to use it for. You just be like, blam! Okay, maybe you fucking rocked a show last night, all right? And, like, you're fucking hungover as fuck. Maybe you've been up for 3 days. You did rock a show last night.
I did rock a show last night.
We'll talk about that later. We'll get into that. You should have been.
I wasn't.
Yeah. See, this morning, if you would have woke up this morning and people had been, like, bitching you out, like, fucking, you gotta go to work or some shit, I'd be like, DFL, fuck off. Talk to my fucking union rep, bitch. So, yeah, everybody. I still have 25 people waiting on my list. Come on, send me an email, dr.jaycole@gmail.com. Sponsoring podcasts are all the way from the T. It's Big Specials House, hosted by my good friend and fam, Spesh K. Scotia represent mixcloud.com/Big Specials House for the best Canadian hip-hop in the podcast world. In Montreal, be sure to listen to Construct Dubstep, another member of the Wicked Bad Collective. Fucking right.
Excellent.
Dude is like rocking the shit. He's up there with 420 Jenny,
yeah, man.
As I remember as 420 Jenny, Vilify.
Yeah.
And Harmsworth is up there too. I just looked at their new apartment, man. It looks fucking sick.
Yeah, man.
Where he's skateboarding in that, doing the big reenactment.
Mm-hmm. Even the one, yeah.
Crazy cats, man. And they do, like, they rock the shit. They rock the fuck out of drum and bass and dubstep and everything up there. So it's amazing that they do that at such, like, a constant scale and such a large scale too, that they really built it up. Yeah. And like, it's hard to build shit up, and a lot of times you build up like something and people get fucking bored of it, you know? It's like, yeah, we're doing that again, yeah, and then, you know, the audience members are just like, yeah, you know, we've been doing that for like a fucking year now. Like, I'm kind of bored of that now. So like, it's hard to keep it interesting, you know, with music anyways. Because you kind of get DJs and listeners, everybody kind of gets stuck into like one little thing for a while, and you're on this kind of groove for a while. Yeah. It's hard to be reaching all the time, like globally. What else I was going to talk about those guys? Yeah. Montreal, Construct Dubstep, Wicked Bad Collective. You can find him on j'aimeledubstep.com. or wickedbad.net. And then go over to Ultrasound Collective. These are some friends out of Fredericton, but now they've kind of spread out all over Canada through this collective.
It's like Atlantic wide collective.
Yeah, Atlantic, but also they go out west too. There's some people out west.
Because I remember when Ultrasound was all New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Like
Me too. It was like Fredericton, basically.
Like
it was all
that's
Fredericton.
there,
And then they've expanded everywhere. That's how it goes, man, though. That's kind of like how Wicked Bad started too. It was just like a few Halifax people on there, and now all those Halifax people have like moved away everywhere else, which is pretty cool. I like that kind of shit. I like our collectives and that we all work together in a collective way. In a way, we're kind of like the fucking Borg, running shit, running planet Earth. It is currently December 2nd on 2011. The time is 5:10. We intended to start at 4:20 today, but rush hour, buses, weed. Today's guest is DJ Jon Bob, a.k.a. Jon Bobryk. What's up, man? Welcome to the Jerk Off Hour.
Thank you.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure being here.
It's a pleasure having you here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you for a little bit, man. We'll talk about you. Past experiences. How the fuck did you get into music? Like, I don't know, were you a baby and you banged on a fucking tambourine and peed on it, and your mom was like, I think he likes music?
If you want to go all the way back.
Like, all the way back.
All the way back, just hitting things. Honestly, as a child, I would, just hit little fucking things like this and just, tap a rhythm out on fucking anything. And
just the noise of it?
Just that basic ability to, keep a rhythm.
So did you start off playing drums then? You started
also.
off with percussions and drums?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah?
And, think about what, most children's toys are. There's things that you, hit, like a xylophone or a fucking
things
piano
that
or something.
Ding, dong, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then even, electronic music-wise.
So wait, you didn't just go right from fucking the xylophone as a kid into electronic music? So
kinda.
Yeah, you just kind of went right into that?
Yeah, because there's this, it's SimCity and shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they made, these children's games, there's obviously, kiddie versions of, SimCity, Sim Park and shit, but they also made something called SimTunes.
SimTunes. Nice.
SimTunes, and it was fucking,
Never heard of it.
You'd have these little bugs, they were these, robotic insect instruments that you would, you'd view on a map from above, and you'd paint down, dots.
Okay.
You basically, color paint in a field, and then every color of the note was a different sound, or a note.
Okay.
And so you'd have them walk across this.
Oh, this field of color.
This line of notes, and it would play them as it crossed over them. You could change speed. You could have 4 at once. So you and there was legit techno dance noises. There was ravey ass fucking bugs, and so we just me and my brother discovered that and just fucking lost our shit. We went hard into it.
That reminds me of the first one of the first times I started making beats was fucking Mario Paint.
Yeah, man. So
Mario Paint. That was sick. I made these cool little rap beats and everything.
Yeah.
It's I'm that's easy. And then I remember getting into real beat making software and being wow, that's hard.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing? I'm way out of my league here. But
exactly. It was,
self-taught though. You kind of self-taught. Did you take any
super
courses?
Self-taught.
Yeah.
I took a little education in other instruments. I took a year piano, 4 years of sax in school.
Okay.
Alto sax. And 3 years or some odd years of guitar lessons, but I honestly got almost nothing out of them just because I didn't practice.
Yeah.
I didn't, if I put in the hours on guitar that I do into electronic music, I'd probably be an awesome guitar player.
Yeah.
Through high school, I'd just get home and produce.
That's all it is, man, is practicing. And people are oh, wish I could be a DJ and shit. And it's well, if you have the time,
you could. Literally, anyone can do what I do if they put the time in.
Yeah, it's all about time. It's one of those things that commitment and time. Also, having the money to have your own gear at home. Because borrowing friends' gear, trying to start off like that. Because that's kind of how I started out. It's just oh, well, you've got tables. Can I borrow them for a couple days? Yeah, sure, man.
You just spin at their house.
Or spin at
so many DJs.
Exactly.
Yeah. But electronic productions a little different because you can get
without tables.
Pirated
exactly.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
in the beginning.
No.
My shit is all pirated. Yeah. Yar. We are fucking pirates.
Yeah.
This entire show is brought to you by pirated software today. Actually, the
You know what?
whatever this recording program is here,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the name. The expiration, like the 30-day trial, whatever, it ran out just before you fucking got here, like an hour ago. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I gonna do? And quickly I typed in like for a keygen. It was at the top of the list. It's like, thank God, it was right there, and it fucking hooked it all up right away. So I was like, yes, internet, fuck yeah.
This just like shows how piracy can like foster like creativity.
It can,
Like,
yeah.
that's one of the arguments.
Yeah, because like
So
all the
shit.
shit that I made from the pirated software never would have gotten made, and I have like hundreds and hundreds of songs that I've written and produced, and it's just like all this entire catalog of shit never would have gotten made.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I would have like saved up money for some kind of like external hardware like MPCs or 4-track mixers. I never would have gotten like paying money for software because it seems like just like a pile of shit really. Like, and the inflated
Software
prices
can
on that shit.
disappear overnight. You've got hardware.
You've got it forever.
Yeah.
You've got that shit. Well. Okay.
I actually just bought CDJs after not. Like, my DJ career is, like, super short. Like, usually what I do is just play, like,
Seats.
I just play, like, live. Like, I just play stereo free loops. And I did that for years.
Yeah.
And then, like, my computer crashed and I
Oh,
just started
shit.
DJing. Like, that's been...
So it kind of forced you into doing that, right?
pretty
Because
much-
your shit crashed.
Yeah. And, like, I learned on vinyl, like, back in...
Nice.
Like,
that's
4 years
that's
ago.
how I learned too.
I
Was on
learned on vinyl, but it
actual
was-
vinyl.
The tables were at school, right? Like, for some reason, Dartmouth High had turntables.
Really?
And they'd have a little turntable, like, workshop in the beginning of the year, and no one would go, or, like, a couple of people would go and then, like, never go back.
And drop out. They're like, this is fucking hard.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, cool, I can scratch. And literally everyone spends, like, this 1 hour session jumping on the tables and just be like, and, like,
Just fucking going crazy.
doing
And
it,
then
yeah, it's, like, freaking out for, like, 2 minutes, and then they get bored, and then they wander off. It's like, oh, DJing sucks.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as like someone like is like, I'm gonna try and mix between your two records, and you get two things that sound good together, like that's a whole world, you know.
My
All of a
first
sudden you can fall in love with it.
my first DJ scratch experience was like on an old belt driven
Me too.
machine,
Same.
and I took it apart. I put a fucking like from like a lobster, a really strong elastic. I took the shit that was
Yeah.
on there, really fucking strong elastic, so it gave it some crazy fucking drive, and it sped it up a little bit too.
Yeah.
And I had Gremlins. Remember Gremlins? The movie Gremlins.
Oh yeah.
Well, they made these like little
I know some
storybooks.
Gremlins.
Gremlins and
I
Trolls.
don't know if I know your Gremlins.
I
but
know
yeah,
some Gremlins and
I know
Trolls,
Gremlins.
man. Holy fuck. So they came on like little 45s, and it would be like the whole story. You know, it's like, when you hear the chimes, you'll know it's time to turn the page.
I've got a bunch of those.
And so I had taken it. It was like, when you hear the chime, chippa chippa chime, chime chime, chippa 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 chime. And how did I get it to like be able to crossfade? I hooked up to my computer. The page up and the page down button would, if you opened up your volume control, you could just touch it like this, and it would be highlighted. And page up would turn your volume all the way up, and page down would turn it off.
Yeah.
So it was like a kill switch for the fucking, as a crossfader basically.
Yeah.
And so like shit would be recording, and it'd be cutting the record volume in and out. So I could be like, and I hooked up like a little thing with an eraser, and I don't know, I built some weird shit, and that's how I kind of figured that shit out. And then eventually friends would buy turntables, and then it got a little easier with real mixers.
There used to be those fucking things that you would like wind up and spin, like as like a child's toy, and it would land on something and like say it, but like it was running on these like little discs inside. So if you like stop that, all of a sudden you could like scratch your way through a sentence.
Oh, like
and then there's like
the chicken says caw.
Yeah, if it was like the alphabet or like something like that. You got like, you know, like 20
Oh, that's
options, 20 different like noises and sounds to scratch. It was pretty cool.
That's
It was
nice.
pretty fucking nice.
I've never fucked with those before.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They actually aren't even fucking analog. They're not like a digital device. Like it's actually like a needle running on like,
A little record inside,
groove.
basically.
Yeah.
The groove. Oh, sick.
like there's
Well,
no
isn't that
batteries
really
or
what
anything.
like old like? Oh, look at that. Isn't it really like That's Desiree. She says, "Is the hour over yet?" It's almost time for a movie. No, the hour's not over. Shit. In the present, I'm just gonna forget what I was talking about. In the present, what are you doing right now? You played a show last night.
I did. Yeah, I played.
What the fuck?
At the tea room. It was like.
The tea room is where?
The the tea room. It's not like a tea room, like TEA. It's
Right.
like the tea room. It's in the Dell engineering department. Like it's their like campus.
To like tee
kind of
off,
thing.
like a tee, like golf swing
Yeah,
tee.
no, like
maybe?
a tea, like
Just
like,
the letter T. Okay.
Yeah.
The tea room.
I feel like it's something
The
like
tea room.
engineering. Maybe
Okay.
like a tea rule or tea bar or some shit. I don't know, man.
We're getting lost, man.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what was the show?
What am I doing right now? Anyway,
In Halifax last
Yeah.
night at a
Last
place
night.
called the Tea Room.
tea room. It was like a Movember wrap up.
Oh, okay.
Class bash for like the engineering department. So
All right.
we just kind of showed up and
I cut my Movember, everyone. I had the handlebar going last week when Dave was here. I didn't even talk about it. I was like,
yeah,
if they don't know, they don't fucking know.
yeah.
But I can talk about it now that it's over. So yeah, I
Yeah,
actually didn't go to any like Movember things though. I didn't go to any functions. I just kind of like did it, and I
Yeah.
thought that maybe if I just went places and bought shit, maybe they'd be like, that guy's got a mustache. 5 cents of his shit goes into the Movember fund or something.
You thought
I
the
kind of assume that's
mustache
how
would,
it
like,
works.
Just like
Just by growing it,
be a charity on its own.
Yeah, yeah.
Like on your face.
yeah. I thought that everyone who just had the mustache comes in and they're like, okay, you get 5 cents donated. You get 5 cents donated. That would be like the sickest way for it to work, man.
Yeah.
That would be like some cool like secret underground way of giving people discounts for shows or something. Like, oh yeah, you wear a mustache and you'll get in for like 10% off or something.
could
And
do
you only
that.
tell like a few people.
Well, that's a good idea actually. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
If you were like do one like subtle specific thing.
Yeah. And
Okay.
a little thing that no one
Yeah.
would really catch on. Or like a purple hat. Wear a purple hat.
Yeah.
Wear a purple hat. There'll be like lots of people wearing purple hats tonight. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well,
No, I've thrown shows before where like I haven't been the one running the gate. The clubs want to run the gate, and then it's like people were showing up with their tickets that they prepaid, and they're like, wait a minute, that doesn't work. You can't just give us a ticket and come in the door. You owe me like $10.
Yeah.
And I had to go and tell them like, no, people prepaid, and the club didn't like that because they're like scamming a little bit off the top, man.
Yeah.
Even though they say they weren't, say they're giving us the whole door, they got pissed,
Mhm.
and they actually never invited me back there again.
Really.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm a great promoter and I do great shows, but fuck. Some people just aren't happy with some stupid little things, you know? I don't know. I stand up for my performers too, man. Fuck. Spesh K was there. They were giving him a hard time for wearing a fucking hat. And I was like,
Was
you gotta be fucking kidding
one
me.
of those places like you can't. We're having a hip hop show, but you can't like
Yeah.
dress like you're from the hood.
That's
Sorry,
right.
guys.
That's right. And I was like, what the fuck? They're like, he's got weapons in his backpack too. I was like, fuck you. I grabbed him, pulled him over here. I was like, look, what the fuck? Empty his book bag out. I'm like, what? More hats. More fucking hats. Probably because he wants to coordinate all his fucking clothes, right? Right?
Yeah.
So that this scarf matches this hat and these shoes match all this shit. Like, fuck. What do you think he's gonna do? Like, strangle someone with his shoes in here? Like,
Yeah.
what? Come on. So, yeah, they didn't like that. They expected me to like come in and just be like, oh, I'm sorry. You, Spesh K, get the fuck out. Like, that's what they wanted of me.
So
And I was like, no, these are my artists. Don't fuck with my artists. They're here for me, and you guys hired me to do this shit, so fuck off. Fuck right off.
Unfortunately, you don't have to be a fucking, awesome fucking manager to host a fucking bar. You just need to be in the right place at the right time, right?
Yeah.
You're the best venue in the city and
Yeah.
do a fucking shitty job of it. And still make tons of money, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Doesn't, there's no prerequisite to, like,
Yeah.
to work in the bar industry, really. I mean, I don't know, maybe they try and hire people with more business degrees now or something, but you never know.
Yeah.
All out of water. Ooh, I have coffee left.
Cold coffee.
Cold coffee, but instead of milk, I put eggnog. Oh, yeah.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I like eggnog.
I put they make a gingerbread eggnog, vanilla eggnog and gingerbread. I bought the gingerbread.
Yeah.
It's crazy rich. It's rich as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you can only take a little bit of it. So I put 2 shots of gingerbread, a shot of Bailey's, and a shot of Kahlua. 3 ice cubes. Woo! Hot damn.
It's good.
The other thing that's good is Jagernog. Jager and eggnog.
Oh,
Yeah.
that seems like it would like collide badly.
No,
Yeah,
it was
that's just
fucking.
my
It was
initial
good, man.
impression.
It was
Yeah.
good. We threw our Christmas party last year in Ottawa, and we called it the Jagernog.
Yeah.
We did like a little video on YouTube and shit. And, yeah, we handed out, bought a big thing of Jaeger and like 5 things of eggnog, and just handed out free Jagernogs all night.
Dude, that's a genius idea for like
Yeah.
a night. Like buy like put like $100 into like a Texas Mickey.
Yeah.
and just
You can do that for any drink at all, and you can name your party that drink and just happen to be giving out that drink for free all night.
You're gonna have to patent that or something.
Using the name for a
copyright that shit. Yeah.
Jägernog. Woo. All right, present. What else do you do, man? Like, what's happening next week?
Well, I don't. My next gig officially is January 13th in Fredericton.
In Fredericton?
Yeah, it's like an art of a machine night at F Studio, and it's it's Friday the 13th.
F Studio, where's that?
I've only been to Fredericton, so I don't really know where to like place it in like relation to shit.
Okay.
It's pretty close to the river. I don't know if that tells you anything.
Not really.
No.
But yeah, it kind of does. I have a general idea of what bars are down there.
Yeah.
I lived in Fredericton for a while. It's a great city, man. It's a great city. It's very clean. It's a government city for sure.
I was impressed. I was like, my entire idea of New Brunswick had been formed of like driving through St. John pretty much. So I'm like, okay, like all of New Brunswick is just kind of like ugly and smells bad.
Yeah.
But it was bomb.
Oh.
I felt like it was like a squeaky clean version of like Dartmouth or something.
Yeah. And it's funny, I lived in Fredericton and then moved to Ottawa, and Ottawa is just a big Fredericton.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's the same. It's exactly the fucking same, just bigger. Although I find that people don't party as much in Ottawa, and they call it the city that never misses a sleep. They actually have a curfew. If you have a rap show in Ottawa, it has to be done by 9 p.m.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I went to see Sweatshop Union,
Yeah.
and we showed up there. We showed up at 9, like 10 after 9. We're like, oh, it's a good time. It said it's going to start at the show said on the flyer that it was going to start at a later date, a later time. And then this bylaw had come into play, and then they arrived, and they were like, no, you guys got to go on now. So we actually ran into the Sweatshop Union guys out on the street having smokes, and we're like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing out here? Are you guys on next? They're like, no, man, they made us go on now. Apparently you guys have a fucking bylaw that won't let us play any later than right now because we're playing rap music. And I'm like, why? They're like, I don't know, something about gangs and weapons. And I'm like, but it's like Sweatshop Union, like, what the fuck do they, they're not rapping about, no one in there is going to have a gun or even own a gun or even own a fucking knife, you know?
Yeah.
Like, anyone going to see that kind of shit. So, I don't know, it's a weird fucking city, man. Weird.
It's like the central part of like the government, so it's like they're the most enforced.
Yeah.
The most under control.
Most under control. Mostly everyone works for the government there. So they don't want to lose that shit. They don't want to compromise that shit. They're very responsible. So, they're in bed at 9 o'clock each night. Like, everybody's in bed. The whole city, yeah.
Even the young people.
Even the young people. And it's funny, I'm going to do this little skit. I do these funny videos and shit. I was thinking of doing one where I'm just pretending to be a government guy. Like, would you like to work in the government of Canada? And you too could. And just show this person, a young person come in, yeah, I'm ready to work. And then show them after a year of working there, and they're wearing an old cardigan and their hair's all gray and they're all white and pasty and they're and this will happen to you as well. I don't know how I'm gonna really work a joke into it, but that's the general premise is that you go in there and within a fucking year you're just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Fucking zombies. Zombified. Future, man. What does the future hold? What's
have you heard about laser squid?
No.
You haven't heard about laser squid?
No, I'm gonna write that down.
Laser squid is a big fucking deal. It's Laser Squid Music is this label that me and a number of other artists have started up, and we're just releasing local dubstep and drum and bass and break beats and shit.
Nice.
Stuff that if it was gonna get released, the closest labels are in Montreal or East Coast states. There's nothing in our area. Despite us having a vibrant scene, no one's publishing the music. So
yeah, that's straight.
We had all these skills fucking designers and fucking. There's a video guy. There's a fucking web guy. There's a writer.
Nice.
And we're all and
you're all friends.
we're all friends, and most of us are producers and DJs ourselves.
It's funny. That's how this shit normally works too. It keeps working out that way. That it's just a group of friends who are doing shit. I've applied for different labels and shit, and it's always been yeah, we're not accepting new artists at the time. We're not accepting new artists. That's because they're only there for themselves. Like they never intended to accept a bunch of new artists. Like they were like just a bunch of friends. Like, well, I do video and I do this and you do that, and let's all make our shit into one thing and help each other do our projects that we want to do.
It always depends on like how, you know, if a record label's getting a lot of submissions, it's gonna turn down a lot of people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And like if you're a record label that's only been releasing like a few artists, maybe someone comes along and you just, you know, and lost that train of thought. Anyway, but you know, if someone comes along, maybe that person isn't right for their like sound and shit, like what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So you gotta consider that when like getting like turned down from a label.
We just signed. I'm in a band. It's called Dirty Intuition. It's me and DJ Dirty Dane.
Yeah.
And I go by the stage name of Intuit, so we just kind of Dirty Intuition, stretched it and squished it back together. And we just signed to, again, it's just a friend of mine who has had this record label in Ottawa, and he's just recently started to like get it going and everything and get the shit all finalized.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, let's fucking sign you guys to this shit. So we signed that. And it's like a power numbers thing. Like I could go out, I get my own CD Baby account, I get my own iTunes account, and I can get my own shit.
Yourself, but like, and when you got a label, it's getting like music. There's
it's the next step. Right? It's the next step though. Like you can be an independent artist releasing this shit independently, but he has like through CD Baby or whatever he's through, he has like the record label account. So he's allowed to have like this umbrella account to let other artists be under that account through the one iTunes account, all through the same one CD Baby account. So it's like a power and numbers thing. Whereas if you do it independently, iTunes waits until you've made like $200 before they'll mail you a check, or some crazy number. Like has to get pretty big before they'll bother even cutting you a check. This way we'll get more frequent payouts. So like, because there's more artists under the one umbrella, you get paid regularly.
Yeah, if you made like $10, like
you'll get your $10 right away. You're not gonna wait until you've made $200 to get that first $10, which is kind of cool in that sense. Yeah, man. But holy fuck, between CD Baby and iTunes, they take I think 54%, and then the record label takes 10%. So that's like 64 cents off every 99-cent song. So pretty much they're taking half. We get like 50 cents per song. And then some of our shit has like features in it, so there's other singers and there's other performers, so some of our songs are being split like 4 and 5 ways. Yeah. You know, we're looking at like, wow, I get 25 cents for that song. Yay. Yeah. You know, not even. Dude, what's like 50 divided by 4? I get like 15 cents.
Like that's intense because like with us, what we're doing is we're just using Bandcamp, which does the same thing as that. It's like, you know, iTunes or something.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But like they're only taking like fucking, how much was it? 13 cents or something.
13 cents?
It was like 13 cents on the dollar.
I like CD Baby because now we're on Amazon and we're on like 100 other websites too.
Yeah.
Like I don't even fucking know the name of them. Like all these other weird music sites that are springing up all the time. Yeah. They're always constantly trying to find new hype ones and sign new deals with them. And that just gets passed on. Yeah.
It sounds pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, should be. Well, the contracts are still in the mail, so they're still being signed by everyone. And once that shit's done, then we'll be officially on iTunes. Officially on iTunes. That's for music. The Jerk Off Hour, audio format only, is all on iTunes. And what I do is, I'll take the mix from you that you brought, and we'll play that at the end of the audio only podcast. So people watching the video just ends. If you want to get the audio, you go onto iTunes and you subscribe to the Jerk Off Hour, to the podcast section, where it's like audio only, but that's where all the music will be like mixed in. Yeah. So it's just like a way to get people to kind of go to both, because I don't want people just going on YouTube all the time, and you know, I just want to keep everything, keep people clicking, you know.
True that.
Keep the masses clicking. Fuck. I just got hooked up with the YouTube asked me to be in their whatever, one of their member things that they do. Affiliate program.
Yeah. Is it like, because you'd be like using it like as a business almost, like just like.
Well, it's because I do a lot of videos and I get a lot of hits on my videos. So it reached a certain amount one day that they just said, "Oh, you now qualify to be part of our affiliate program." And
it's pretty cool.
Emailed me that. I was like, "Really? I can get paid now?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm like, now I got to put annoying ads popping up on all my shit, but it's worth it.
Oh, is it just like they choose what, like the pop-up bottom shooters.
Yeah, well, it uses like Google AdSense,
Yeah.
and I could select if I want the ones that are actually a graphic to pop up, which
Yeah.
plays an animation. I didn't allow that. I just allowed just the text only ones.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be something relevant to the hashtags in the video. I mean, one video was the bush jumping video, and then I think the ad came up something about like the weed man for trimming your bushes or hedges or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it's always something relevant to what's going on. So interesting. Yeah. You go back to well, you can find it online. You can check out my bush jump video. My back is fucked, dude, to this day. We played it on. Yeah, I jumped on the bushes out front. You can see how damaged they are on your way out.
Check it out.
Yeah. All right, squid music.
Laser squid.
I just missed the laser. Squid music. Everybody listen to some squid music. Laser Squid Music record label coming to Halifax.
Yeah.
About fucking time.
Yeah, we're actually on our third release for that. Like we
Nice.
did this, our first thing was like this compilation, and we actually only did physicals of it.
I was just gonna ask,
kinda
do you
weird.
do physical CDs? I need to find. I need to get a good deal on a spindle of about 50.
I go to fucking good heavens.
What's that?
I go to I can't remember the name of the fucking place. Goddamn.
I'm gonna write that
They're
down
pretty,
too.
If you like don't need cases or anything, it's pretty fucking cheap. These are so beat up, but there you go. That's our latest.
Okay, cool.
It's Acid Reflex Nose Goblin, and so it's like 2 tracks by Acid Reflex, and then a remix by
Take that
Dermathian, remix by
I'll show
Matt
it to
Trouble,
everybody.
and a remix by myself.
Here, maybe you can show it to your camera because my cameras are Y-flipped.
Yeah.
Let's see. Whoa! Oh! There it is.
I wanted to show everyone how it fucking shines so nice. I'm so proud of that.
The shine, the gleam on it. Yeah, it's nice.
Isn't it, baby? Yeah. Anyway, so
Right on.
you know, we print nice CDs, and we get like we don't need like a full jewel case,
Yeah.
but like we're gonna do some digital only, and some like physicals.
Physicals.
I think what we're gonna be looking to do in the future is like a digital release of like an EP compilation, like 4 tracks from 4 different artists.
Yeah.
Just put that out there, like. But then like if the artists later want to release that as part of like a body of their work, we can do that, and then we'll do a physical of that, right?
Oh, cool. I'll show you. Let me see. I'll show you this real quick. This is what I did last. This is why I'm asking for a copy, a place to do the spindles.
Put it on CD. That's what it is.
Yeah, to put it on CD.
No, that's the name of the place.
Oh, that's
Put it on CD.
okay. Cool. Do you order this like online thing and they ship it to you,
No,
or
I
it's
actually-
right here in town?
Yeah, it's in Burnside.
In Burnside.
Yeah,
Sweet.
It's like
okay.
pretty easy to find too. Like do you have a car?
No.
Okay, I bus everywhere, and it's fucking like super easy to walk to.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's called Put It on CD.
Put it on CD.
Okay. If I forget, I'm gonna even write that down because. So these are the ones I printed these in Ottawa before I left because I found a really fucking cheap printer there.
Yeah.
And that is our. That's the.
So you got your artwork. You just need the CDs made.
Just need the CDs printed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is nice. That's
Yeah. And that is a little mini rhyme book, so all the lyrics are inside that book. And we did a couple photo shoots as well here over the summer, me and Dane, right here in Halifax.
Nice. This is good. This looks sharp.
Amanda Lunn, do you know her?
Man.
Serenity Grace on Facebook.
Yeah.
She's a photographer, and she did all these pictures. Pretty good. Big ups to Amanda. Woo! Good job. This is the other one. So this is a piece of origami, and it goes like that. So the next spindle, and this would be cheap as fuck, because you can get these printed at any print shop, full color, and then just fold them yourself at home, right? And then you just throw in your CD in the middle.
Yeah, definitely. Sick.
I mean, that's so fucking cheap.
Like,
That works.
Are the sizes right? Like for like,
Oh, yeah.
So like this will fit a CD.
That'll fit a
Out of,
CD
like,
perfectly.
Out of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Exactly.
That's fucked. That's what I'm doing for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause
It
was
folds
always
so
wanting a way to
nice.
get like a nice cardboard.
And you don't have to
sleeve.
worry this plastic
'Cause
shit
this
and all
is
that.
yeah, it's like I didn't want like I'm doing it to like reduce the amount of garbage created from it.
Yeah.
But like then you got a fucking plastic window in there, you know. Like,
Yeah. And this way you can design anything in Photoshop that you want, put it on that fucking page. Like, I'm going to actually just get this redone in full color
on,
right
like,
there.
your choice of paper, right?
Yeah, exactly. High gloss paper or whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you can put it on like matte. Oh, man.
Yeah, I can send you the template for that in like Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever the fuck you want. Talk to your graphics guy.
That's sick. I'm the graphics guy.
You're the graphics guy?
That's no problem. Yeah.
Nice. I'm the graphics guy too.
Yeah. It was, like, I just graduated from NESCAD.
Really?
Last April.
Oh, cool.
And I was taking visual arts, right? But I've gotten out. I've just been like, honestly, that was really nice. That was fun. But I just want to make music. I just want to like make beats every day.
Yep.
I'm not like, should I like paint today or should I do this? Like, no.
Just
like,
music.
Like I got really into photography. That was kind of what I focused on. Like, and doing like experimental, kind of like work like with photography as its base. Like just like lots of like layers and shit, right?
Okay.
But yeah, and then I got out and I haven't done like any of that since.
Okay. That kind of.
But anyways, the point is I'm doing visual shit with the label, so it engages that. Anyways, I got totally off track there. But yeah,
Nice.
no, it's it's like this is a way for me to, instead of like doing like homework assignments and shit, which I was getting frustrated with.
Mm-hmm.
I was like I just want to do my own thing now after 4 years, you know, like. So, this kind of just like freed me up and.
Yeah. It's hard, man, to break your like past shit that you've been doing for so long and to just stop, just to do something new. And it's like, it's hard. I'm trying to like break some other shit because I'm trying to get into comedy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to try and like let go of all the shit. And I mean, the reason I want to do comedy is so that I can like travel around and not have to like have like all this shit that I have in here. Basically, I've accumulated because of recording music, like all this equipment in here. And it's got nothing to do with the radio show or anything. It's all for music. And I'm just kind of like, I don't want to like have to lug all this shit around with me the rest of my life. I'd like to have like a stable place to put it and just kind of like throw all this shit in a box somewhere or store it somewhere. And I want to be able to go and just travel around. Like with comedy, all I fucking need is like a little netbook that I can type and check the internet websites for. Like that's all I need. Or a fucking pen and paper. I don't need like all this shit. And with all this shit comes like a power bill and like having a safe place to stay. And then with having a safe place to stay means you're getting very like centralized and you're stuck, rooted in one place. And with comedy, you can't really get out there and do that with comedy. You can't have a full-time job and be a comedian. You know, you got to travel around and sleep on some fucking couches. That's how it goes, man. You got to put in work.
It'd be fun though.
Yeah, it would be.
A hell of a like going on tour as a comic.
Just traveling,
hell of a time.
Fucking from town to town, talking shit. What do you do? I'm a shit talker.
Yeah.
Officially, professionally, admittedly.
Yeah, it takes fucking dicks balls though.
Yeah.
Fucking like,
well,
because you have to admit, you have to be like, man, I'm special enough that like I think everyone in the room should pay attention to me. Just like shut up and listen to me talk.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you got to demand that respect, and I don't know. I've done it because I MC on stage. It's the same fucking thing.
yeah, it's totally the same idea of like performance and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Confidence.
being in front of people, 10 people or 100 people or fucking the 2,000 people at Evolve, like it doesn't matter, man. Like I've been in front of all of them, and it's no thing. It's weird because during high school I was so fucking shy that I almost failed a class of English because I wouldn't get up in front of the class and do it in front of people.
Wow.
She made me come in like after school and do it in front of her in like detention class, like maybe like 3 people. And I was still so fucking nervous that she only put me through, like just pushed me through with like a 50 just to get by, just to get me out of her fucking class. And I was like, fuck, hope I don't ever have to get up in front of people ever again. And then my first time, well, I got into writing hip hop and lyrics and shit, and I started working with this dude in high school, and we would make beats and raps and everything. And then he just told me one day, he's like, you know, I'm never gonna get up on stage, man. He goes, I'm way too fucking stage fright. And I was like, well, then why the fuck are we doing this? He's like, I don't know, we could just like make music at home and just release it on the internet and never play it for people. And I'm like, that's fucking not what I want to do, man. Like that's weird. And then I got in with these other guys who like Element Control. And they were like one of the first hip hop pioneers of New Brunswick, so that we fucking like broke some good ground there, man.
Yeah.
And the first place I played was for like 600 people. at a fucking rave.
For a first.
It was like a rave at like
yeah.
midnight at a rave, and like they've been going for a while. And it was like, fuck, it's packed, guys. And
Yeah.
luckily, there was enough like smoke machine everywhere that it kind of covered the crowd, that it didn't make it too intimidating. And fuck, we were just like reading off sheets though, rapping off sheets over other people's beats off vinyls and shit like back then. So like we weren't even really like professional or anything. But yeah, it was a weird experience. But you know, you're there with your buddies and shit, so like it's not so bad. It's not like you up there by yourself. But comedy's gonna be different though. Up there all alone, like, hello everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how people keep their voices good either. Like, there's got to be some kind of voice activities going on.
Yeah, man. Imagine having a fucking sore throat as a comic. You're fucked.
Ugh.
Right?
Ugh. All right.
It'd be a fucking test. That was a sexy banner.
That was.
You picked a good one.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it's super
Good.
old actually.
I
I'm growing those chops back.
Yeah.
The chops in that image, yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Like
Yeah.
I've been fucking just like clean shaven for like the summer and shit, but
It's time to. It's winter,
well,
man. You
half
gotta.
the summer. Actually,
little,
more like
uh,
winter, but whatever. Growing out.
Fuck.
Facial hair is pretty
Oh.
essential.
Take a little time here to talk about our sponsors. Show is brought to you by wickedbad.net, home of the illest, and the Dogfuckers Local 613. Don't forget to pick up your membership cards by clicking on the banner beneath my name, the Jerk Off Hour, hosted by Dr. J. Cole, on the website that you've already clicked on to watch this shit. $5 for membership card, or if you are so inclined, just drop me an email, dr.jcole@wickedbad.net. No, that's not my email. dr.jcole@gmail.com. .g.g.
Net. Dot.
That's how it works. Yeah, I'll get you one of those CDs, man, once we get them printed up there at, what was the name of that place? I knew I should have wrote it down earlier.
Put it on CD. Write it down right now. Just
I am
put it
right
in
here.
your little-
Put it on CD. Burnside Park Industrial. There, I'm being French. Industriel. It's currently December 2nd, and it is 5:45. I think we're going to wrap this up probably in about 15 minutes.
Sounds
so we can
good.
get out of here at 6. Maybe hit up that fucking Muppet movie.
Yeah, man.
Ow! The Muppets. The Muppets. Get into the news article. This is my favorite part of the show, man. We're going to read some news articles, and we'll throw these up on the screen there when the time comes. Yeah, this is your banner. I always go through and try and pick out the coolest picture that I can find, or like a weird angle or somebody doing something different. The first shit we go into is Europe is leading a daring sun mission. They're sending shit closest it's ever been to the sun to try and read what the fuck is going on with the sun. Like, why the fuck is the sun the sun? What the fuck is really going on? And now they made some shit that is not going to melt as easy as the other shit they've had before. They're going to send that in there. I don't know. Are you into spacey shit, man? Or?
I used to be.
Yeah?
That used to fucking fascinate me. But,
I kind of slipped out of it too for a while.
I guess, I don't know. I kind of accepted. I was like, okay, space is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's check out, like, I don't know, beer.
Yeah. If we could get more into space, I think I would be more into space and
It's
spacey
true.
things.
It's like, yeah, we can send shit all over the fucking place, but we're not even like established on the fucking moon. Like even satellites, manned satellites are just like fucking like 1 or fucking 2.
Yeah.
Like International Space Station. That's it.
Yeah.
We're not in space.
And it's not like
this is not the space era.
No.
Like they make it sound like the space era that
it's
fucking happened when we sent a guy to the
just
moon.
starting to like it's just starting. Like we don't have fucking the DS9 thing floating up there next to our moon, you know, watching our shit, you know, guarding our fucking territory. Here's another space article. Liquid living worms survive in space. And now this is pretty fucking cool. Look at these little worms here.
Like,
well, where'd the picture go?
Do they mean like
The picture was there the other day.
in deep space or like just like in like are they like
No, actually out in space, in
Okay,
deep space.
just showing?
Yeah, they've got well, it's some kind of living worm creatures from Earth that they've brought up there, and they will continue to live
Terrifying.
in space without oxygen or anything.
You know what's gonna
Like,
happen?
that shit's gonna take over the
They're gonna
universe.
get bombarded with gamma rays. It's gonna mutate their DNA and fucked up shit. It's gonna
And
go
that's
down.
some of what they talk about in here. They're like they wanted to see how these things are going to react to all the gamma rays that are coming from the sun, the
Are you
unprotected
serious?
rays.
I was just fucking talking shit. on
No,
it.
that's
I
actually
can't
one of the
believe
reasons.
That's actually happening. Fuck.
They actually brought them out there for that. So like they're like, let's purposefully go and mutate these worms with radiation from the sun.
Serious
Crazy
stuff.
shit, man.
Serious business.
People are on some fucking weird neck shit. This is a good one. This has to do with society in today's age. What does hooking up really mean to you?
Well,
They did like a whole study on this about what does hooking up mean. I've heard people say like, a guy kissed a girl and they're like, yeah, we hooked up. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. Hooking up,
you know what?
hooking up is intercourse, bitch.
I don't know. Well, yeah, man.
That's what hooking up is. Or like, yo, I hooked up with my friend last night for a fucking joint. That's a whole other.
So you're just talking about like the English definition, not like
the English,
the emotional like
of what
structure.
hooking up means. Yeah. Like, how do you define hooking up? I don't know.
Interesting.
It was the same when I was a little kid. Like, oh, we made out. Like that meant like a million different things. That was a very wide umbrella of what that could mean. Like making out was like, oh, you held hands or what the fuck?
Okay, you know what? Fucking, I thought it was pretty clear cut that it's like it's sexual act.
Yeah. That to me, that's what it's always meant.
This article is saying that it's like fucking nobody actually knows. Everyone has different crazy definitions.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, did you get off? Did they get off? Sounds like you fucking hooked up. I think that's a good, maybe if you only got halfway there and then you were tired, it doesn't count as hooking up. But it's like if you got off, that's the line. You crossed it. Okay. Fucking, I wonder how much money they spent on this fucking study.
Oh,
to
man.
figure that shit out.
I don't know. Some of this shit is fucking retarded, though. Like, there was a study they put on here. It was done at the University of Ottawa. That's why it kind of stuck out in my mind. And it was like, all right. And it was just some more bullshit about, like, the internet slang or something like that. And I'm like, some girl wasted their fucking time on that. What do you got?
Nothing. I'm
Are you just pointing at the video? Okay, cool.
For 1 second.
Yeah. We'll use that as the freeze frame. You guys.
Oh, you know what we should have done?
We haven't looked at that camera yet lately.
You should write in fucking, like maybe next time or something, write in fucking like camera switches.
Camera switches.
You know when fucking news anchors are like, they're talking and then they're like,
and they turn and they go
for the weather.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it'd be awesome, man.
It would be. Again, like, once we get some lackey in here running this shit.
Rabbits. No, whatever.
And now on to the next news topic. This is funny. I like to name my own articles here. It's like, one more wave, dude. I mean shark. And it means exactly what the fuck it says. Surfer is out there surfing a wave.
Yeah.
And a shark comes up underneath the motherfucker. And for a while, he rode the shark like into the shore before fucking trying to like figure out how to jump off that motherfucker without dying and getting eaten alive, man. I mean, there's fucking sharks, dude. Don't fucking go in there. Like, there's monsters swimming around, and you're gonna go ride on a fucking piece of plywood with fucking monsters.
Don't fall off, man. That's great.
Yeah, don't fall off, and you're all right. And don't let that shark give you a little nudge there. Shit. I don't know. I like to stay away from where there's monsters,
crazy, man. Like, get knocked out of your board by a shark, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with it. Like, think about, like, how intense that scenario is. Sharks are fucked.
Yeah.
They're, like, pure muscly killing machines.
Yeah.
Like,
apparently, you can punch them in the head, and it'll, like, deter them away, but you gotta punch them in the head.
Yeah, you gotta punch a shark in the face. Like,
punch him right in the fucking nose. Underwater with a lot of force.
Yeah, like, I don't even think I could fucking punch shit underwater.
No,
right?
no, and not hard enough to hurt him.
You're going backwards as well.
Yeah.
You have to grab, you can't.
You have to grab the shark and pull him with you and punch him in the nose.
Oh my god.
You'd be like, I punched the shark in the fucking nose.
Yeah. Well, see, it was so easy. It's like people getting eaten by sharks. And it's like, dude, sharks are easy. You just have to punch them in the face till they go away. They're just like any other human being. Like, don't change your tactics at all.
No, and don't show any fear, man, because they smell that shit.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, this one's scared of me.
They probably, like, don't they have, like, really sensitive
smell, yeah.
Or something?
They smell the blood, is what they smell, the blood. I don't think they smell fear for real. Like, come on. Everyone, they'd be smelling fear, like, 24/7. They'd just be like, oh, there's more fear. It must be because I'm here.
That's true. Yeah, they probably wouldn't notice.
They'd notice when the fear went away.
They smell fear because they're fucking pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Even the algae and shit, when they swim by, I'd be fearing them. Like, I hope the shark doesn't eat me today.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else do we got? That's it for the fucking news, man. Someday we're going to do some prank calls on here.
Shit.
I don't know if I'm going to do that today or not. Because the other day...
I don't know if I can support that. I don't know if I...
Well,
I've never found prank calls funny.
Here's what happened. The other day, it was a friend's birthday.
Yeah.
And so they were like, what are we going to do? And let's all go fucking bowling. It's like, okay, it has to be like glow bowling though, and apparently they call it cosmic bowling here.
Yeah.
So when I called up the bowling place, I was like, yeah, what's the deal with the bowling? He's like, well, it's cosmic bowling. And I was like, okay, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, just how cosmic is it? And he's like, oh, well, I don't know, it's about a 7 or an 8 of cosmic. And I'm like, okay. I was like, and if I was on magic mushrooms, how cosmic would it be? He's like, oh, well, I don't know. I've never done those magic mushrooms before, but I reckon if you were to go smoke one of those joints, that wouldn't be too bad. I'm like, oh, so you're saying we can smoke joints here and have a good time? I'm like, all right, we'll be right over.
Let's see.
So then I had to
Makes
call
sense.
it. Then I had to call a
Makes
cab.
fucking
So then
sense.
I called up a cab and I said, called up a casino taxi. I said, come get us. We need 2 cabs. There's a bunch of people. He's like, okay, cool. And I said, can you send a cosmic cab? Like I was on this cosmic tip. I'm like, you send a cosmic cab? He's like, what the fuck's a cosmic cab? And I'm like, it's that shit. We had them in Ottawa. He's like, no, man. He goes, I actually have been working as a dispatcher in Ottawa for the last 4 years. And I've worked at all the companies because it's one dispatch company for everything there. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, it's those cabs where they pull up. Like, I'm just trying to save myself now. Buddy's totally calling me out. And I'm like, no, it's those cabs like where you get in. It's like a rave party inside the cab, and the ceiling all lights up and it glows and it flashes and there's like rave music playing. He's like, oh yeah. So he totally agrees with me, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. No, they don't have those in Halifax, sir. I'm sorry, but we'll send 2 other cabs over for you right away. Thanks, man. Thanks. Not even like 2 minutes, okay? And this is like a Friday night, and you know how hard it is to get a cab here on a Friday night. This is like, we go over outside, cabs are there like that, in like 5-10 minutes.
Wow.
Like not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes I would say. We weren't ready, didn't have our shoes on yet, and everyone. So we're like, holy fuck, wait, cabs? Yeah. I don't know. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna call up other places like Tony's Pizza and be like, maybe I actually will order some shit just so that it's not like a totally prank call.
Yeah.
But I'll like try and order some more cosmic shit. Like, do you have any of those cosmic shakes?
I really dig that.
Do you have that
actually.
cosmic pizza?
If you actually like just made your interactions with like random strangers incredibly interesting, like
Yeah.
recorded a copy of it somehow.
Yeah. Well, everything that we
made it
do.
like a performance, right? But
Yeah.
like you still had to get shit done, like fucking like
Have you
get groceries
seen,
and shit.
have you seen this before on Gmail? They've got it's like Skype basically, but it's free everywhere in Canada and the US.
I've heard of it. What's it called again?
Just the Google phone. If you go and log into your Gmail, it's
Yeah.
just right here. I had to install a little like application to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, it's telling me that my plugin's out of date. But yeah, you just type in any number, 1902, blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
and it'll fucking dial it for free, and it all runs
And
through,
it'll come
and
up.
it'll all
Oh,
record
hey,
through
what's up?
everything that we're doing here. Yeah, they'll
That's
come
the
up,
future.
and when we talk,
Video phones, man, are here. That's
right.
insane.
Yeah, I Skype with some different people I do websites for in
Mhm.
Ontario. All right, that is how that shit works. We do a little section called The Truth where we talk about truthiness.
Yeah.
We like to get into some nitty gritty grimy shit there, but I think we're going to speed past that one this time.
Sounds good.
And a bitch about it section. I don't know if I have something to bitch about or if people have something to bitch about. Throw that in
I
there.
feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
can't
good
say I
lately.
really want to take advantage of
No,
that.
no. So that's about it, man. Do you have any plugs or anything you want to shout out? Any websites, email addresses,
Yeah. fucking
contact info?
Laser Squid. Honestly, our website is kind of fucked right now. We're getting lasersquid.com back up and running, but you can find Laser Squid music on Facebook, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Mixcloud, and our Bandcamp is lasersquid.bandcamp.com.
Okay.
And you can get our latest release, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh.
Shut
Yeah,
it.
you better show them. 'Cause
Acid Reflex.
we're backwards over here, man.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
There we go.
Acid Reflex, Nose Goblin.
Nose Goblin.
They were released from Laser Squid Records. And
Woo!
you can hear our other shit online on our SoundCloud.
We will hear it.
It's very good.
I'm going to throw up all the links to all your shit. So email me or Facebook me all of the links to everything. And we'll put that like right underneath the video. So it'll be just like on Dave's where it goes like Dave's video and then links to the show, Wicked Bad. It'll be all the links. And then like the news articles are in there too. That's how this rolls, man. Well, thank you for being here at the Jerk Off Hour.
I will not pick this back up.
All
It's
right.
really long.
And like I said earlier, everybody stay tuned on iTunes. So go on over to iTunes, motherfuckers. And when you're on iTunes, you can click on the store. Now, everything in the store doesn't mean you have to pay for it. So you go into the store, and that's where the podcast sections are. But because some podcasts are subscription and they are required to pay for them, they keep it under the store. So it's kind of hidden in there. So go into the podcast section, look up the Jerk Off Hour, and we're on there. At the end of this episode, right after we say this shit right here, we're going to throw in his latest mix.
Yep.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, honestly, I think what we're doing here, this is an advanced release.
This is an advanced release?
This is an advanced release
shit.
of my mix for Laser Squid. So
shit.
We're putting out weekly mix.
Sick.
And it's pretty fucking bouncy. It's like garage into fucking dubstep, into drum and bass, into breakcore, like
sick.
Like it starts off fucking smooth and just it's completely losing its mind by the end of it. But
nice.
I'm really happy with it. I'm like actually a terrible DJ, and so I'm just like I've been practicing a little more, like just now that I actually have the gear.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy with this.
Cool. All right, we'll listen to that right now.
Sweet.
Peace out, motherfuckers. This is Dr. J. Cole signing off. We're done. Break. Cool. Thanks, man.
That was fun.
That was fun.
This is like let's have a very energetic conversation for 1 hour. Like,
yeah.
It's almost just a way to like guarantee like an awesome hangout.
Yeah.
It's like